not about policy problem, and we know. Keji Okwake policy problem, is it a new thing, like as anywhere parliament in why not new laws to fight against the things that we are doing right now? Bongo, Keji Okwe Ramsar sites, the benefits of those Ramsar sites say. Ramsar sites serves as like the kidney, or kidney filter, all systems can be here. Kidney basanipe, ke bomono no, and that's what Ramsar sites are. Ramsar sites say like a kenun if they say a Ramsar site then no beno ni amako noko yenoni ibakos flood in Keji pneumonia excessively. What Ramsar site does is egla noe kata jeme over on Jujuba. Ramsar sites also serves as Keji nutation. You know, like water doesn't heat up like that, but rather it helps in carbon storation, cooling temperature in the atmosphere, and all that. It also preserves biodiversity. The benefits of Ramsar sites, we all know at least, and that's why the government is fighting so hard. Couldn't protect it. Now, coming back to policy issue, we have the Environmental Protection Agency. We have a Ramsar Convention obligations and local government planning laws that stipulates clearly how we should treat our Ramsar sites, how people are supposed to build, and where they are not supposed to build. But bongo sani ebi mo no ojiakeshi. Mini woni dane ni efi otomo keji ayamata dan efi otomo asani aya the noko ba asana tawo na muke ha. Abake o ye na ma tune ke machine je correct me. What communication? But the question is, mono ya communication. The person will go and bring out a permit. Ne can chombo akeshin. Ye ne machu ye ne ken na hole ne ken hale igbe. Sign up baby jake na money issue na kan permit. Bongo onushishin. What tabi and I'll use Chado for instance. How many times have you demolition a Chado? But here you afraid demolition at 6 months later. When you go there, the same kind of developments are happening. Bongo no money issue. The Keji afraid demolition at we hear either the regional minister or the MC of that area, Alo Mokobaka Keshin, we are going to make sure we deploy security people to take care of the place. But after 6 months later, a year later, and the place gets flooded there, you get to say afraid demolition. And these same people will come and tell us we are issuing this again, one thing again. The question is, how well even we as leaders who have been given the mandate to protect our environment, how well are we doing with that? And also, not many make or sure whenever we are issuing our permits, the permits are going to places that are needed. We all know rapid urbanization is going on. That is why we have planning, we have development planning. Hey, now demarcate name government lands here. You can use it for this. You cannot use this for this place. But how come the waterway say morning most of the time say we allow people to sell and give to us? Now we are mature no it's not allowed. Then your hard work is gone. Well, I'm not saying people building waterways now are demolished. It's a bad thing. No, but must we wait so the development is done before we go and do demolition? That's the question that we need to ask. The question is, the Environmental Protection Agency, is their duty only to conserve our water, to get water, forest reserves? Because most of the times when you hear them talking, or most of the times when I've heard them on the news, it's more about the encroachment on our forest areas and all those things. The Ramsar sites are also part of our environment. What is their tenet and their obligation to make sure our Ramsar sites are safe from encroachment and unnecessary developments? Then again, we come to the Ramsar Convention and obligations. What does it state out clearly, and who is responsible? Like a Ramsar Convention obligation say, we'll make sure and you know it's under UNESCO. All these Ramsar sites, you know it's under the UNESCO conventions. These places are no-go areas. They are natural places that are supposed to let clean from anything. But who is making sure I can place it? As UNESCO is saying, as Ramsar obligation is saying, no one is going to those places. Bongo Dane Kenokuba. We allow the thing to happen. We all rush back and see Akeshoki, and then we start to point fingers. Oh, there might be back politicians saying if you no, it's about time we move away from that accusatory fingers. Politicians are not doing well. The people are not doing well. No, feeling okay, much. Is it the best thing to do, in your opinion? and those of the people that sit at the offices issuing out the permits. No, you think today you are thinking about your stomach. Imagine no issue permits be ake mama etu na shika bo ama otu yeko ni mo ne je ramsa site pen flood le shekule bo ohia woni ohe that money to go and build any flood. Now the government has allocated funds that could have been used for better things now to go and fix those challenges. Bona we take one step forward and 2 steps backwards. And if you're to modern, in as much as most of the times our politicians do not give us their best, we the people to contribute a lot to the world that we are getting. So we always get leadership of mediocrity and then we celebrate. Because we ourselves as citizens say that's what we settle for. The question I'm asking this morning is, what are the environmental laws saying? What is the Ramsar Convention obligation saying? What is our Environmental Protection Agency law saying? And what is the local government planning laws saying about urbanization, saying about construction and development in our waterways? If we get people answering these questions for us, then we get to know, okay, we don't have a policy problem, but we have implementation problem, and that has been the headache of this country since Adam. And the moment we can all come together as Ghanaians and hold people accountable and make sure that we implement the laws to the latter, these things we can do away with.